Have you ever wondered about the ancient origins of Halloween? Why we carve pumpkins and light candles every year? The story begins more than 2,000 years ago with the Celtic festival of Samhain. On the night of October 31st, they believed the boundary between the living and the dead grew thin. Spirits could return to the earth, walking along misty, moonlit paths. Great bonfires were lit upon the hills, their flames flickering against the dark sky. People dressed in rough cloaks, hiding behind wooden masks, to drive away evil or to fool wandering ghosts. And from that haunting scene, a legend was born, becoming the Halloween we still know today. Long ago, thousands of years in the past, across the vast lands of Northern Europe, there lived a people known as the Celts. They dwelled in small villages, nestled among deep forests, grassy hills, and gentle, winding rivers. Their lives were woven with the rhythms of the seasons, with golden fields of barley and herds of cattle roaming the green slopes. The Celts believed that all life moved in cycles. Spring brought tender buds, summer offered blossoms and fruit, autumn was the time of harvest, and winter was when the earth grew silent, resting beneath a blanket of frost. At the end of October, when the fields had been harvested and the cold breath of the north began to drift across the land, the Celts held a great festival. They called it Samhain, which means the end of summer. It was not only a harvest celebration, but also a sacred moment when the veil between life and death, between the world of the living and the world of spirits, grew thinnest. On the night of Samhain, people believed the souls of the departed could return to visit their families once more, or to wander the mist-covered paths of the earth. Imagine this: a small village nestled among wind-swept hills. Night falls earlier than usual. The moon glows faintly behind a veil of heavy clouds. Dew settles quietly, blanketing the grass and the thatched rooftops. At the heart of the village, a great bonfire is lit. Its flames rise high, glowing red, dancing wildly in the night wind. Around the fire, people gather in a circle. The elders, the young, the children, everyone is there. The elders tell old tales, legends of heroes, of gods, and of kind spirits who return each year. The young play music, flutes and lyres, their melodies rising with the smoke and flames, drifting into the night sky. Children run in circles, laughing and chasing one another, yet sometimes they stop, their eyes fixed on the darkness of the open fields, where, it is said, a wandering spirit might be quietly passing by. To keep themselves safe from harmful spirits, the Celts wore rough cloaks, masking their faces with carved wood or painted symbols, so that wandering ghosts might mistake them for spirits adrift in the night, They also placed bowls of food outside their doors, an offering to any souls who passed by, hoping to keep their households undisturbed. Amidst it all, the Samhain fire burned through the night, casting its glow across the village. And when dawn arrived, each family carried home a small ember from the great flame to keep in their hearth. That fire was believed to bring good fortune, a blessing of warmth and protection through the long, bitter winter. But Samhain was not only a time of ritual. It was also a moment for the Celts to glimpse the future. The Druids, their revered priests, would stand before the fire, close their eyes, and speak of omens, foretelling the harvest, illness, or even the destiny of each soul. Sometimes, fortunes were read in grains of barley, in the bones of animals, or simply in the flickering dance of firelight. They believed that Samhain did not only open a doorway for spirits, but also for the secrets of the days yet to come. Such was the night of Samhain, mysterious, yet filled with warmth. It brought the community together, reminding people that they lived not only for today, but also for those who had come before them, for memory, for tradition, for the endless cycle of the earth. And from this festival, the seed of Halloween was sown. As time passed, the Celtic fields no longer belonged only to the ancient tribes. The Roman Empire, with its mighty legions, marched northward and slowly claimed these lands as their own. And when they came, the Romans brought with them not only weapons, but also their own customs and beliefs. Among these was a gentler festival, one tied to autumn, to fruits, and to a goddess of abundance. Pomona, the goddess of orchards and plenty. The Romans revered Pomona as a symbol of the harvest. They believed she blessed the trees with ripened fruit, brought blossoms to the branches, and filled the fields with grain. It was she who stirred seeds to life within the soil. In the ancient Roman gardens, statues of Pomona stood among apple and pear trees, surrounded by clusters of ripe grapes and the deep red of pomegranates. To her, they offered baskets of fruit and garlands of fresh flowers, a heartfelt gift of thanks for the harvest season. When the Romans came to Celtic lands, their festival fell at the very same time as Samhain, and so, little by little, the two traditions began to weave together. Imagine this: on the Celtic hillsides, where villagers still lit great fires on Samhain night, there now stood small altars, laden with red apples and golden pears, with baskets of chestnuts, grapes, and pomegranates. Children, after running circles around the fire, were allowed to play the Roman game of apple bobbing. A large wooden tub was filled with clear water, and bright red apples floated on its surface. Children, and even grown-ups, would lean down, trying to catch an apple with their teeth. Laughter filled the night, mingling with the wind, and the crackling of the flames, a scene both magical and full of joy. People believed the game was more than just fun. Whoever caught the first apple would be blessed with true love in the year ahead. And if a young girl placed her apple beneath her pillow, she would dream of the man destined to be her husband. These customs soon wove their way into Celtic life, becoming part of the Samhain celebration itself. The people began to combine the two traditions, lighting fires to ward off wandering spirits, while offering fruits in hope of a plentiful harvest. Close your eyes and imagine a night at the end of October. Flames blaze red upon the hilltops. Children laugh aloud as they catch apples in their teeth. The elders sit on wooden chairs, holding ripe pears in their hands, their voices slow and steady as they share the stories of long ago. Meanwhile, the music of the Romans drifts through the air, mingling with the Celtic flute, a harmony born from two worlds, woven together beneath the autumn sky. From here, the festival of Samhain began to take on new colors. It was no longer only about the fear of wandering spirits, but also about joy and hope, about the longing for love and good fortune. It became a celebration both mysterious and sweet, like the taste of red apples and golden pears on a crisp autumn night. And as time moved forward, the story continued to change, for a new faith was spreading across Europe, bringing with it its own holy days and slowly transforming Samhain into something different altogether. Christianity arrived with churches, hymns, and solemn holy days. The church wished for these distant lands to live not only by their ancient traditions, but also within the rhythm of the new faith. And so, in the 8th century, Pope Gregory III declared that November 1st would be the day of remembrance for all the saints, a holy day called All Hallows Day, the day of all sacred souls. The night before, October 31st, came to be known as All Hallows Eve, and in time, that name softened and became the word we know today, Halloween. But old customs do not vanish so easily. Villagers still lit their fires at night, still dressed as wandering spirits to ward off the dark, still whispered tales of mystery by candlelight. The church brought its prayers, its solemn rites of remembrance within stone walls. Church bells rang through the morning fog, echoing across rooftops and down the cobbled streets. And yet, after the service ended, people returned to their villages, carrying on with the ancient traditions of Samhain. And so a strange blending was born. The Samhain of the Celts, the Pomona of the Romans, and the All Hallows Eve of Christianity, all weaving together into a night both sacred and mysterious. In the villages of medieval Europe, the night of October 31st was a special moment. People still believed that spirits wandered the earth, but now, instead of only driving them away, they also lit candles, praying for the souls of their loved ones who had passed on. On simple wooden tables, each family placed a small round loaf, called a soul cake. These humble cakes, made with flour, honey, and raisins, were set beside the flickering light of candles. It was believed that each cake stood for a soul soon to find peace. Children, in little groups, would go door to door through the village, asking for soul cakes and singing sweet hymns. Smiling, the elders handed out the cakes as a blessing of peace and goodwill. Clear voices rose into the night, mingling with the wind, filling the darkness with a gentle sound. A night both sacred and warm. Some would say, if you walk the road on All Hallows Eve through heavy mist and see a figure cloaked in black standing silently, do not be too afraid. It may be a monk, whispering prayers, or perhaps a soul still searching for its way back to the light. These customs slowly spread across Europe. In England and Scotland, the Roman game of apple bobbing lived on. In Ireland, old folk tales of ghosts were now told on Halloween night. In France, Germany, and Spain, candles were lit in churches and in the hearths of humble homes. Everywhere, Halloween became a weaving together of fear and of hope, of light and of shadow, of the past and of the present. Imagine you are walking through a village in 12th century Europe. The cobblestone path is damp beneath your feet. Golden light spills from windows, and soft prayers drift from a distant church. On every wooden table, the sweet scent of soul cakes lingers in the air. Outside, children in rough cloaks carry little lanterns in their hands, laughing as they are given their cakes. And so, Halloween came to carry within it the breath of three worlds: Samhain, the Celtic fire; Pomona, the Roman fruit; and All Hallows Eve, the Christian prayer. Of all the tales told on Halloween night, perhaps none is as strange or as lasting as the legend of Jack, a man so cunning, so greedy, that he dared to trick the devil himself. The Irish tell that, long ago, in a small village, there lived a man named Jack. They called him by his nickname, Stingy Jack. Jack was not known for kindness, but for his sly nature, his love of trickery and deceit. He often sat in a shabby tavern, a mug of ale in hand, his sharp eyes darting about the room, his lips weaving stories that left listeners half believing and half in doubt. One night, as Jack sat drinking, he was suddenly met by the devil himself. The devil had come to claim Jack's soul and drag him down to hell. But Jack showed no fear. Instead, a sly smile spread across his face, and he invited the devil to sit and share a drink. "So, it's time for you to take me?" Jack said. "Then at least have a glass with me first, for the sake of good company." The devil agreed. and so the two drank together until at last Jack confessed that he had no money to pay for the ale. "Surely you can change into a coin?" Jack suggested. "Just for a moment, so I may pay the innkeeper." Proud and boastful, the devil thought little of the trick and quickly transformed into a shiny silver coin. Jack picked it up, but instead of handing it to the innkeeper, he slipped it into his coat pocket, where a small silver cross already lay. The devil was trapped, unable to escape. Jack laughed, clutching his pocket tight, and forced the devil to promise that he would not take Jack's soul for many years to come. Reluctantly, the devil agreed. Years passed, and when the devil finally returned, Jack was ready with another trick. This time, he asked the devil to climb an apple tree and fetch him a few fruits before they left. The devil climbed the tree, but Jack quickly carved the shape of a cross into the trunk. Once again, the devil was caught. Jack set his terms. "You will never take my soul, not now, not ever." And this time too, the devil had no choice but to agree. Time passed, and at last Jack died. He came to the gates of heaven, but was turned away for a life of deceit, selfishness, and greed. So Jack turned toward hell, but the devil, bound by his promise, refused him as well. "You tricked me too many times, Jack," the devil said. "I will not take you. You will wander forever in the darkness." Desperate, Jack begged the devil for just a little light, so he would not have to walk in endless night. The devil tossed him a burning coal from the fires of hell. Jack hollowed out a turnip, carved a small hole, and placed the ember inside, fashioning a lantern of his own. From that night on, Jack wandered the earth through darkness and mist, a lonely figure holding his flickering lantern with no place to rest. People came to call that ghostly light Jack-o'-lantern, Jack's lantern. When the Irish later journeyed to America, they carried Jack's story with them. But in the new land, turnips were not as common. Instead, they found pumpkins, larger, brighter, and easier to carve with frightening faces. And so the hollowed pumpkin, its golden candle glowing from within, became the familiar symbol of Halloween, the lantern of Jack still shining in the night. Can you imagine it? A small village on an October night. Upon every doorstep sits a carved pumpkin, its flickering light glowing from within, casting gentle shadows across the empty road. Children pass by, giggling as they point at the glowing faces. Adults glance at the pumpkins, quietly remembering the old legend of Jack, the man doomed to wander forever, with a lantern that never fades. Some say, if you walk out on Halloween night across mist-covered fields and see a small, wavering light shining in the distance, know that it is no ordinary candle. It may be Jack-o'-lantern himself, still roaming, still searching for a place to rest. But do not be afraid, for Jack, once cunning and sly, is now only a weary spirit carrying his fragile light to guide him through the endless dark. By the 20th century, Halloween had become a lively celebration. In the cities, homes were decorated with pumpkins, with webs spun from threads, with paper bats, black cats, and flying witches. Shops overflowed with masks, some frightening, others playful and fun. Children eagerly prepared their costumes, waiting for nightfall to go trick-or-treating with friends. Their voices rang out at every door, trick or treat. Laughter echoed down the streets. Pumpkin lanterns glowed on every porch step, baskets filled to the brim with candy, the sweetness of chocolate, caramel, and buttery toffees lingering in the air, making Halloween feel both eerie and warmly sweet. Adults joined in as well, gathering for costume parties that lasted all night. In rooms lit by candles and glowing pumpkins, music pulsed and laughter rose. People transformed into fairy tale characters, into superheroes, or into ghosts, witches, and vampires. Voices of joy and song mingled with the sound of the wind outside, becoming a strange, enchanting symphony, the music of Halloween night. Little by little, Halloween grew beyond America. It spread across the world, in Europe, in Asia, on the night of October 31st. Streets glow with the orange light of pumpkins. Children wander in costumes, their laughter bright and innocent. In Japan, dazzling parades light up the night as crowds celebrate Halloween with music and lanterns. Wherever it is held, Halloween carries joy, a night for play, for imagination, for sharing stories of mystery, and yet, beneath all the excitement, Halloween still carries traces of its ancient past. The pumpkin lanterns still shine, echoing the faint glow of jack-o'-lantern. Fortune-telling games are still played. Apples floating in water, or tarot cards laid beneath the flicker of candles. And in many homes, a single candle is lit, a quiet remembrance for loved ones who have gone before. Can you imagine it? A quiet street on a modern Halloween night. Houses shine brightly, draped in webs of silk and shadow. Skeletons hang at the doors, while the sound of howling wind echoes from hidden speakers. Children laugh as they run, baskets of candy clutched in their hands, darting from house to house. At the doorways, grown-ups stand waiting, offering sweets with gentle smiles, their laughter mingling softly with the joy of the night. In this scene, you walk slowly down the street, hearing the rustle of dry leaves beneath your feet, catching the sweet scent of candy carried on the wind, and watching the glow of pumpkins, lighting up every smile along the way. Halloween today though it has become a joyful festival, still holds a trace of mystery, a touch of autumn's chill, a hint of shadow lingering just beyond, and that quiet feeling that tonight is not quite like any other night. And perhaps it is this very thing that makes Halloween so special. Not only candy, costumes, or playful tricks, but also a quiet reminder that the past still lives in the present, that the legends of Samhain, of Pomona, of Jack, still echo in every flickering pumpkin light, in every story whispered on an autumn night. Let your imagination drift with this scene. Children laughing out in the street, grown-ups holding cups of wine at the table, pumpkin lanterns glowing on the steps, while the wind stirs softly through the trees. Modern Halloween, lively yet gentle, joyful yet touched with distant memory. A night to let go of worries and let sleep come quietly amidst the laughter, the glow, and the slow breath of autumn. And so our journey through Halloween comes to its end. From the faraway Celtic fields, where the fires of Samhain once blazed in the wind, to the Roman gardens of red apples and golden pears, to the medieval churches with tolling bells and soul cakes, to the tale of Jack-o'-lantern, forever wandering with his pumpkin light in hand. All of these have woven together, meeting as one in the Halloween we know today. Outside, the pumpkins still flicker. The streets are still alive with laughter. But here, in this quiet room, there is only you, your breath slowing, your body resting as the story fades softly into dream. Let your body release its weight. Each finger, each shoulder, each heartbeat sinking gently into rest. There is no need to struggle, no need to worry. All you need to do is listen and let yourself drift. Imagine now, you are sitting on a wooden chair at your doorstep. Before you, a bright pumpkin glows, its golden light warming your face, soft and tender. Beyond the fields, mist lies low, and in the sky, the stars are shining. You feel the wind brush gently through your hair. You hear the quiet hum of crickets in the grass. And in your hands, a cup of warm tea, sweet with honey and apples. The steam rises, mingling with the soft fragrance of autumn. You take a small sip and smile. No devils, no Jack, no restless spirits. Only the stillness of a peaceful Halloween night where even the darkness feels kind, like a blanket wrapped gently around you. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Your breath becomes the breath of the night itself, steady, unhurried, like the whisper of the earth. With every breath, you drift further away, leaving behind all noise and worry. You return to a sweetness of stillness, to the quiet where sleep awaits. Halloween is not only a festival of light and shadow, but also a gentle reminder that everything can live in harmony, Fear and joy, past and present, loss and love, all have their place. And in your sleep tonight, let everything find its place as well. Let the weariness fade away, making room for calm, for peace, for dreams.